Oklahoma City. Good morning, Oklahoma City. It is indeed a pleasure to be here, to be a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. This is it. This is it. This is the show that you've been waiting for all week, but most importantly, this is the show that you've been waiting for all year because this is the show where we will feature the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants who are now at the Central Plaza Hotel, where tonight at 7 p.m. the Miss Black Oklahoma State Pageant will be held, where thousands of dollars in scholarships will be given to the young ladies who have participated in this, a very outstanding program. My name is Calvin Luper. It is indeed a pleasure to be here on a beautiful Saturday morning. Do me that favor, would you? Call that friend, call that neighbor, invite them to be a part of this, the best show in radio. Well, good things have been happening all week. Remember last Saturday? If you don't remember, let me kind of remind you. Last Saturday, we were anticipating the arrival of the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. Well, but we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be showing you, telling you, and I want you to get that visual picture of 20 beautiful young ladies, 21 beautiful pages, 17 or so handsome escorts, 40 staff members, all of them coming here to Central Plaza Hotel, where tonight the Miss Black Oklahoma State Pageant will be held. Let's start now. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show. How are you doing? What's going on? Tell me something.
It wouldn't be so pleasant. I'm not trying to be smart or anything.
Well,
Calvin.
do your best.
My name is Mrs. Hicks, all right?
Okay.
And my sister, I went there to Freedom Center to show some pictures for my sister had a bruise on the nursing home.
Ma'am, I think I need to talk to you off the air. Hey,
Huh?
Ted, do me a favor, man.
What?
I'll talk to you off the air because I don't see where you're going, but I do know this. This is Miss Black Oklahoma Week, and we did go by Freedom Center because that was a tour, but then all those problems that you've had this week, I want you to put yourselves in the positions of these young ladies, 18 to 25 years of age, that have come to our city from across the state, from such diverse places as Biggs, Oklahoma, Comanche County, Duncan, Tulsa, Stillwater, Edmond, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County. These young ladies have come here to be a part of some pageantry. That's what we're talking about this Saturday. That's what we're going to point out to you. We're going to point out to you how the businesses, not only black, have gotten together. We're going to tell you about how on that Sunday morning, how the inspirational messages that we heard at one of our great churches here in Oklahoma City. We're going to tell you about some of the great food that we've had. We're going to tell you about the hospitality that we've seen. But right now we have another caller. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show, because I know that you're almost ready to talk. But I want those of you out there who are listening, now that you call that friend and call that neighbor and you got them there, I want you to mentally put yourself in the position of an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old young lady who has competed in a local competition and who comes to Oklahoma City to represent her entire community. These young ladies, when they arrived last Saturday at the Central Plaza, they were greeted by what we call the pages. These are even younger young ladies who were there to help the contestants, who were there to help the staff, who were there to learn for themselves. We're going to call those names, and we're going to let everybody know about it. But visualize this. There you pull up at the Central Plaza Hotel. You can't bring all your luggage in because the escorts are there to carry your luggage. All you have to do is walk through the door. And then they will walk in there and they say, for instance, presenting Miss Black, Oklahoma City. Then you receive a sash, a banner, a sash thing that goes over around your chest, and it says your name, Miss Black, Oklahoma City, let's say that. And then you walk into a room, and there you see people that you've never seen before in your life, either 40 people, 50 people, maybe one or two. And there you're placed in a very prominent position seat where you have to sit there and wonder. And then you look around, in comes another young lady, almost as beautiful as you, of course,
Right.
almost as talented as you, of course.
Right.
But then she has another sash on. Let's say it's Miss Comanche County. Oh no, let's say it's Miss Comanche County, Miss Tulsa County. All of them come in at the same time.
Right.
And you sit there with your sash on and you say, oh my goodness gracious, we're in competition. That's how you started it off. But then one thing about it, you look up there are 17 other young ladies, all of you with the same goal, ultimate goal, for on this Saturday, a week from now, some one of you will be crowned the new Miss Black Oklahoma. So you sit there and there you have an opportunity to hear members of the staff tell you what's going to be happening that week, even though you've gotten the schedule, even though you've gotten the song Miss Black America Oklahoma Style that was written by Geneva, the music was said by Geneva Jolly Smith. Mom Clara Luper had written the words, and together they made a beautiful song that we're still singing because you know, as you're sitting there, all this is going through your mind. This is the 31st year of the pageant. This is the first of the 20th century, and I am a part of it. Oh, am I ready? Am I ready? But this is it. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. We're anticipating the call from the Central Plaza Hotel, where you'll have an opportunity to hear what has actually gone through from the mouths of the contestants, from the mouths of the state promoter, from the promoter from Ardmore, from the promoter from Tulsa, from the promoter from from Lawton, Oklahoma, from the promoters from all across this state that are here, getting ready for the Miss Black Oklahoma contest that starts tonight promptly at 7 p.m. Central Plaza Hotel, Reno, and Martin Luther King Avenue. Good things happen when you listen to the Clara Luper Radio Show, because not only are we going to tell you about the pageantry, we're going to tell you where there's a sign that says, "We make people beautiful." That's none other than Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue, where Mr. Gates takes care of plenty of business. What kind of business does he take care of? He takes care of the hair business. You want to be beautiful? You want to be more handsome? Mr. Gates Barbershop. That is the place. Now is the time. Mr. Gates' hours are very convenient. He's open, say, 7:30 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday. Boy, that's really convenient. But one thing about it, Mr. Gates has seen the contestants. He's seen the pages. He's seen the staff.
Yeah.
But he'll tell you about it. Go by Mr. Gates now. Get that haircut.
Right.
Be beautiful for tonight at 7 p.m. at the Miss Black Oklahoma contest. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show, where we're discussing the Miss Black Oklahoma. How are you doing?
Fine. How you doing?
Fantastic. Second best day of my life. First best Saturday. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Tell me, what's going on?
I will be there tonight rooting for Miss Black UCO.
UCO. What does that mean? University of...
Central Oklahoma.
Okay.
Right.
Do you know that contestant's name?
You know, I don't know her name, but I know she's from Africa.
You know she's from Africa. It's a hard name to pronounce.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful young lady. I wonder, can you imagine how she felt having the experiences that she's had to come and to win the UCO pageant, then to come to a state pageant where she stands an opportunity of being Miss Black Oklahoma.
Well,
can you imagine the elation? She's tough. She's good. Do you know anything about her talent? You remember her talent? You want me to tell you?
What's her talent?
Her talent is hot dog. Hot dog. You have to come tonight at 7 p.m.
Okay.
But she is a beautiful young lady. And during the course of the week, of course, I had an opportunity to meet her brothers and cousins who are also here in America studying. But she is talented.
Very.
You should call in. Let us know which contestant you like. And we may tell you something about what the activities that they've gone through this week. Because after they came in, they received their sashes, their little information packages. And thank you, our illustrious mayor, but most especially thank you, Councilwoman Willa Johnson, for sending a representative out to help us start this pageant out. Willa Johnson and our honorable mayor, gave each one of the young ladies a certificate, making them honorary mayors for the city of Oklahoma City. It wasn't a whole bunch, but it's a lot more than a lot of you have gotten. I bet there aren't too many honorary mayors out there. But these young ladies, this was another shock to them. See, they're getting hit by all this shock. Boom. Now I'm a mayor, honorary mayor for Oklahoma City. The responsibility level is growing. It's one thing to win that title in your local community. It's another thing to make that drive to Central Plaza Hotel here in Oklahoma City where the pageant will be held. And another thing to walk through this little archway of young people who are there admiring you, emulating you, and with the theme, Bridge to Success. And we'll really get into that. But Ted, we got this call line too there, I think. Well, okay, well, it's coming on up. Let's see. We were there after the young ladies were given the certificate to be honorary mayor of our great city. Then they had an opportunity. They're still in shock. Imagine that. Remember, you're putting yourself in the situation that they're in. And they're sitting there here at the Central Plaza. And here comes a representative from Coca-Cola, vice president of Coca-Cola Company, Great Plains as they call it, who had spent, now you heard the show last week, and Mom pointed out to you how the Coca-Cola Company had been invited to be a really active participant in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, how they turned down our proposal. But this young man, Reverend Anderson, had pushed that proposal as far as he could. It wasn't his fault. Now, he did what he could to make sure that Coca-Cola would be represented at the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. But then we have been fortunate in this pageantry, in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, to have heard him speak before, for him to have been a part of it, even though this company didn't. His inspiration, his motivation, his dynamicism was there when he addressed the young ladies, when he told them, informed them about what a bridge to success was. He tried to prepare them for this coming week on keeping an open mind, on being positive in whatever they do, and making sure that they tighten up their networking. These young ladies, they still in shock, and here's this handsome young vice president, I believe vice manager for the Coca-Cola Company. Here he is suggesting to them, giving them directions on which way that they could go. But good things happened, and Reverend Anderson was fantastic. Young ladies, they're still sitting there in shock. Oh my goodness, I have heard a good speech. I've got this banner on, and look up, and up pops our state promoter with roses, a rose for each young lady. And it's still coming on. The shock effect is coming on. And then up pops one of the judge coordinator, Mrs. Hunter, made a special presentation to the young ladies. Merlin Hildred, who was with Allstate Insurance, at 730 West Britain Road. But no, she was at the Central Plaza Inn last Saturday to help welcome these young ladies to our great city and to be a part of the pageantry. So I tell you what we're going to do. I've gotten you to Saturday, and I know that you're saying, well, Calvin, go ahead and do it. Tell us something else about it. Tell us about some of the issues that are going on this past week. Let us hear that opinion. The opinion is that during the last 7 days, you in Oklahoma City that have not been to the Central Plaza to be a part of the pageantry, you in Oklahoma who have not been to the Central Plaza, you've missed an opportunity to see some of the most beautiful, some of the most talented, and some of the most intelligent young ladies. It's really been a joy and a thrill for me and for most of the staff to work with these young ladies. It's good to see kids, in the case of the escorts, without their pants dragging the ground, without a whole bunch of slang and stuff, to see young ladies in the page program emulating and trying to be like the young contestants, to see the contestants, college students, recent high school graduates, seeing them, striving for something, striving for scholarship, something, a building blocks for their future. But we're going to talk a little more about it. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Do you have a contestant out there that you've chosen? Is it, as David Hall said, Miss Black UCO, or is it your favorite contestant yet to be decided? Ted, how are we doing over there? Are we ready for someone? Okay, we're not ready. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this. As soon as I get it ready here, get this record ready to play, then we will play it, and then we will talk more. I'm expecting a call from the hotel, because when we left just a few minutes ago, they were in the middle of the gridiron breakfast, which is actually the farewell portion of the pageantry, because this has been a long week. We've spent many an hour together. We've gone many a place together, and I'm trying to hold back some of those definites so that they have something to talk about. You can hear that. But I will tell you that we did go to the Oklahoma City Memorial. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this, because not only does God love you, but we at the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, we love you. Look forward to seeing you tonight, 7 p.m.
behold, I come quick, and my wish is this, to give unto every man according to what his work must be. And saints, he's coming back. Oh yes, Jesus is coming back. And every eye shall see him, and every tongue must confess that Jesus is Lord of lords, and Jesus is King of kings. And you reign forevermore. Doesn't live here anymore. Oh no, sin doesn't live here anymore. Oh no, come him on, him must be holy. I must say that it to me, doesn't live here anymore.
Yes, indeed. Go, Loretta. Go, Loretta. That's Oklahoma talent. That's local talent. You've heard her here on KTLV. Call that friend. Call that neighbor. Invite them to be a part of this, the Clara Luper Radio Show, on a fantastically, excuse me, Coco, beautiful morning. Looking forward to tonight, 7 p.m., where the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant will be held. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be there. We want you to show your face in the places, they say. So as we move along with the program, and we go on, and we've gotten to Saturday, the first initial part. We're going to go tell you a little bit about Sunday, but first we're going to talk with this call on the line here. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show. How are you doing?
Number one bus driver, Sam, Stewart and Carter. Miss Dale City gonna win that thing, so don't you slight her, not at all.
Wait a minute. I haven't slighted anyone. Now this is Sam who? This is Sam who?
With Sam.
Sam.
Sam, the bus driver, Sam.
Okay. Sam, how are you doing? You've had an opportunity.
Great,
You've had an opportunity to be around those young ladies. And what was your initial impression when you saw all of those beautiful, young, talented women? What did you think?
Oh man, I don't know. I can't explain it.
Well, explain this. When they got on that bus, that beautiful, comfortable bus of yours to get ready for the tour of Oklahoma City, what were you thinking then?
They was a beautiful young ladies, and manable, and intelligent, and all of the above.
And all of the above. What about the pages? Those very young ladies.
Come back.
The pages, the very young ladies there. Our youngest.
Oh, they was well groomed. They was well trained, and they was walking right in the footsteps of those contestants. One day they gonna be right where those contestants are.
And those young men.
They already in the mold right now.
And the young men that were there.
The young men was fantastic.
Okay, Sam?
They was manable young men. They wasn't all this rowdy, bebop, balooba thing. They was real manable.
Well, Sam, okay, now, and then the name of your company is?
Sam Tours and Charters.
And you tours and charters will go where?
We go anywhere.
Go anywhere.
If you ain't got no place, we'll make a place.
We'll make a place for you to go. Sam, how could someone contact you if they want to enjoy a nice, comfortable ride on that air-conditioned bus that picks them up at the front door, wherever they want to be? How do we contact you?
Okay, phone number 670-6919, and that's Sam Tours and Charters, and my mobile is 520-1766. My fax is 670-9349, and you can get me at one of those numbers.
Well, we know where to get you tonight at 7 p.m. and that will
I'll be right there.
Be right there.
I'll be right
Breaktown, Central Plaza, Reno and Martin Luther King pageant, where the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant will be held. Sam, I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much. See, this is one of the black businessmen who the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant and worked with to help
Yes,
show.
I was really enjoyed it. It was really nice, and if I can do it again, I would.
Well, okay. Well,
I will.
we can't redo this week, but we did have a great time on that tour, and I'm certain that the young ladies will be telling you about it, and they will be telling you their appreciation. You know, that brings to mind too that another thing that happened during the week that the young ladies obviously enjoyed, and that was a reception or performance or demonstration, a hands-on demonstration by. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much for calling in here live and in living color on the KTLV radio station where you're listening to the Clara Luper radio show. But then the young ladies had a demonstration by a fashion fair representative, and that's none other than Charlotte Diaz, who pulled up in a beautiful limousine to assist the young ladies in their beauty preparations, in their facial makeup, and how to be prepared. She gave them some additional highlights that even though they knew a little bit, I know that they left that workshop better prepared, not only for stage action, but for evening places that they might go for their day-to-day makeup needs that some beautiful women need. But Charlotte was ready, and I know that they'll be telling you about that. Another highlight of the Miss Black Oklahoma Pageant Week has been and was the reception from Allstate, but I'm certain too that I'm going to let them tell you about it because there were some more highlights. But right now I have with me a good friend and a co-worker, young man that was at the pageant. He was there Saturday. He's been with the pageant the last 51 weeks, been preparing for this weekend, for this is the big one. As we say, this is it. This is it. But I'd like to take this moment to introduce to you Mr. Berlin Nero. Mr. Nero, welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show live now. You're not on the phone. You're live. You're right here in the studio.
All right.
How are you feeling? How has your week been?
Oh, it's been a real good week.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about just a couple of the highlights. Say any day that you'd like to talk about that has happened this past week. You pick up one of the things that you'd like to point out to our most intelligent listening audience that you felt has been a highlight of this week's activities in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant.
Well, Calvin, there's been so many things that during this week have, really, that came to my mind just when you say that. And this has been a wonderful week. It's been a real odd week. It's been a challenge to me, but, I mean, what is life without a challenge?
That's right.
I mean,
bridges to success is what we're building.
That's right. And if I don't have any challenges, it's not worthwhile.
Right.
And
Nero, tell me this, though. The theme that bridge to success, how did that go?
I preached success. It went real well. With the speakers, all of them spoke from the same subject and matter, and everyone was attentive listening to it. And I especially enjoy my young men, how they improved from the first day they got there Saturday until how they were so diligent, how they set up correcting there, and they paid attention. It wasn't all that moving around and going on.
Okay. What I was thinking then was their reaction when they walked in there the morning of the Gloria Matthews breakfast. Kind of explain that to us.
Oh, Gloria Matthews breakfast. That's a breakfast that everyone should see. I mean, Mrs. Matthews, she just overdoes it. Every year there's something new. As a matter of fact, her decoration is still standing now. And everybody else is gone.
Well, we'll let them talk about it. Because you all know that each staff member has a responsibility during a dinner, during a lunch, during a breakfast, where they have invited a speaker to help bring home the point of the theme. Like, for instance, and I know you've been waiting to hear about this, was Tuesday, when this was where the Calvin Luper dinner, the somebody else's luncheon, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But each day had a particular theme. There was plans that have to be made to build a bridge. There's motivational things. But I am anxiously awaiting the contestants and the staff and the pages and the escorts to tell you themselves how it felt and how it feels to be a part of that pageantry. The intense workload that they've done. When I say workload, I'm talking about early morning wake up, say 7 a.m., where you have a meal and a motivational speech,
right,
where you break out for practice, and you go from practice to getting ready for another presentation of what you just done practice, but then you're doing it in front of people,
Right.
and all in preparation for tonight's activities.
That's right.
For tonight's activities.
That's
Boy,
right.
this has been some kind of week. We are very fortunate here in Oklahoma City to have a facility that is affordable, a facility that is functional, and a facility that has 1, good hot water, 2, nice clean rooms,
All right.
3,
Yeah.
a great meeting hall and a great meeting room where we could perform and do the things that had to be done in order to be ready for tonight.
Right.
One thing Mom will probably tell you about will be the support that we've had from many, many, many members of the community. Another thing she'll probably tell you about is the program that was brought to you that has been, where there's ads, and schedule of activities. There's all kind of things that you'll be ready for. The books are here, and the books will be there at the hotel. Matter of fact, you can come early and get your book and thumb through it. And that is a book that will describe to you what has happened, a little bit about each one of the contestants, a lot about each one of the pages, a lot about the escorts. So I don't know. Might do like I did, probably left it in the car. But it is here, and we're going to go to that shortly. All right. Well, we're moving right along. We're kind of not holding for time, but we could start bragging about the reception that we got there at the Emmanuel Baptist Church for the Reverend West and his beautiful and his beautiful and his church. It was like a church homegoing. We felt good, and I say we, when over 100 contestants, pages and escorts and staff, Sunday morning. You got to go to church on Sundays. You got to start your week off right. And we as a Miss Black Oklahoma family, we needed that cohesiveness to bring us together. Remember, we only met all together for the first time on that Saturday, but that Sunday morning, we had a beautiful breakfast there at the hotel, and from there, we went straight over to the Emmanuel Baptist Church, which is the home church of 2 of the staff members, Mrs. David Lee Hall, Mrs. David Lee Hall. We also had the church home of my stepfather, dynamic young man, Mr. C.P. Wilson. But things have happened. We sat there and we enjoyed it. I'm going to make sure that somebody tells you their impression, because I don't want to take all the thunder from everybody about what they have to say. But I have in my hands one of the most beautiful books that I've ever seen.
Mr. Luper, can I make a statement?
You can, but not right now, because we have a caller on the line.
All right,
Good morning.
good.
Welcome. No, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, you better go ahead and make that
Okay.
statement.
It's
Berlin Nero, go ahead.
All
Tell
right,
us
all
about
right.
it.
It's one of the most touching moments that I had was last night, when the young ladies gave scholarships out of their own pockets. And here we were standing back here. It was brought to my attention, which was correct. Standing back here with money in my pocket. The young ladies reach off in their pockets. Our pages, the young ladies, they felt so committed to the pageant, they gave their own money out of their pockets for scholarships. Now, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? I can't say we. What am I going to do?
Now, that is the question.
Yeah, what am I going to do? That's right. What am I going to do?
But, the young ladies are participating for various scholarships. And to further expand on what Berlin was saying, a couple of the pages have been so moved during this week that they felt like they didn't have much to give. I think one page pointed out she has a job, and but she wanted to do something to help those young ladies who are breaking the ground in front of her. She gave a scholarship. It's not a large one. It wasn't no $1,000, $500 scholarship, but it's what she could afford. In her particular case, it wasn't so much the amount at that time as it was the feeling and the inspiration that she gave. They're going to tell you about that. But I want you to know the names of the young ladies who are vying for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, Miss Black Oklahoma, who will win a scholarship, who will win an opportunity to represent our great state at the Miss Black International pageant, who will represent all of us throughout this state for the next year, for the year 2000. From Southwestern State University in Weatherford, Oklahoma, there's Shakista Langston. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, there's Star Wish. Come on, Calvin. There's Star Williams, who is Miss Black Tulsa. Miss Black Tulsa County, Jacqueline Jackson. Miss Black University of Central Oklahoma, Curlee Crinzy. I hope I pronounced that right. I haven't gotten it right all week. But she is representing the University of Central Oklahoma.
Right.
From Muskogee, Oklahoma, there's Melanie Stedham. From Oklahoma County, Crystal Helen. From Rose State College in Midwest City, Oklahoma, there's Nakia Higgins. From Ardmore, Oklahoma, there's a young lady who could not attend, but then from Comanche County, there's Tiffany Scott. From Dale City, Oklahoma, there's Kim McLean. Miss Black Duncan, Tanisha Williams. Representing Langston University at Langston, Oklahoma, Tania Harris. From Oklahoma City, representing Oklahoma City, Miss Black Oklahoma City, Ronil Walker. Miss Black Oklahoma State University from Stillwater, Oklahoma, is Ryan Melissa Blair. Miss Black OSU from OSU Okmulgee, Jennifer McDowell. From the University of Oklahoma, Regina Ray. Miss Black Okmulgee, Mabel Ashbury. And, of course, Miss Black Forest Park, Reese Milton. Now, these young ladies are competing not only for the scholarship and the cash prizes that go along with the title, that go along with the crown, that goes along with the roses, but they're preparing themselves for the future. We were fortunate enough during one of the dinners where a former contestant, Miss Black Oklahoma contestant that was originally from Ardmore, Oklahoma, came in and she gave us a little motivational speech about what has happened to her since the pageant. But we have a caller here, and Ted, I'm anticipating hearing from the Central Plaza Hotel. Good morning. How are you doing on a beautiful morning like this where we're live and in living color on the Clara Luper Radio Show? How are you doing this morning? Good morning.
I'm on there.
Yes, you are. Hello? Oh. Fast fingers make for losing the phone call. Well, I'm kind of lost here, Nero. I know that they're in the middle of that gridiron breakfast. And the big thing, I guess you're wondering out there, is where the tickets are on sale at. Do you happen to know that?
Well, they can get the tickets really at, it's called 424-3949.
That's one way.
That's one way.
And there's another way, of course.
You can come out to that arena on Martin Luther King and you can get your tickets out there.
You can walk there and see that sign that says, "Welcome, Miss Black Oklahoma
That's right.
pageant participants," and get a ticket for tonight's performance. The funny thing about it, there aren't that many left.
That's right.
Reason being, the support has been fantastic. These young ladies from different parts of the state have made sure that they have their own little cheerleading section with them. And, it feels good when you're there on the stage and you're giving your best and to know that the audience is responding to you. Now, the young men went and did something special during the course of the week when they were getting ready for tonight's performance, where they went to Tuxedo Specialist.
All right.
They're at Tuxedo Specialist. They got the escorts got some kind of describe the tuxedo. No, give us a partial description.
A partial description
of the tuxedos that the young men will be wearing during tonight's activities.
Oh, well, you know, my young men, they are special. They're very special. We got our tuxedos yesterday, and our young men, they're, well, I'll tell you what, if you want to know what they got on, come out and see. I can't tell you. It's the best way for you to find out what the young men, the escorts, the top of the show tonight, is to come out and witness and see what the escorts are going to do.
Well, one thing about it, the escorts are ready to cross the bridge to success. There's
Yes,
Samil Pennon.
Oh, yeah.
There's LaShawn Pennon. There's Tisha Pennon. There's, well, that's not only the escorts. That's the Pennon family. There's Cherokee Pennon and Lachey Pennon, who are pages.
Right.
And they will be escorted by their brothers, Samil and LaShawna. There's Tisha Pennon and Leisha Pennon. They will all be there. What we're looking forward to is more people have an opportunity to see what's going on there. You know, Mrs. Ford and Mrs. Ray have been over the Page program, and they've had an opportunity to work out 14, 15 young ladies. And that has to be a challenge for them to have to do that. What do you think they've done? How do you think the job has been that they've done with the Page program, Berlin?
Well, it's been quite a challenge. They have done a tremendous, great job with the Page program this year because they had such of a challenge this year.
All right.
And Sister Wilma Ray and Miss Ford, they have done a wonderful job with their patience and their kindness. And that's what it takes with young people. You have to be patient.
Come on,
you have to meet them where they are. And that's what they've been doing. And there's a much improvement. You can see the young ladies all the way down to the 2-year-old. And I mean, the 2-year-old, she takes the show.
Oh, she tries.
Yeah,
she tries. Okay, let's see what this is because we are getting close to the time when we know that the judges have arrived or are arriving here in Oklahoma City, where they will be interviewing the young contestants, where they will be preparing to see their talent, to see their to see their swimwear, to see their evening wear, and their projection. But good morning. Welcome to the Clara and Luper Radio Show. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Calvin Luper. I want to tell you that I am so excited excuse me,
Yes.
about this pageant tonight. I'm telling you, the pageant of Miss Black Oklahoma has gotten better and better each year, and the girls are coming out with all of this talent, poise, personality, charm, and they are improving. They have improved this week because of our wonderful workshops, because of the guest speakers, and because of the interest that other people have taken in them. Last night at the judges' banquet, we had a chance to meet the judges, and we were really happy to see so many parents there backing their children. And the little pages, boy, they have improved. Mrs. Ford, Mrs. Red, Mrs. Coleman, and Mrs. Ray have done a wonderful job in helping those young people to be sophisticated, intelligent, and manable. They have improved so much until I'm really proud, and especially proud of Chanel Pennon and LaShawn Pennon. They thought they could not do the dance. They cried, but boy, they are doing everything with so much ease and so much personality, and they have that rhythm. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you, Miss Davis. Calvin just stepped out. This is Berlin.
Well, I'll tell you, Nancy Davis is proud, and Nancy Davis is getting ready to go down to the hotel to see the girls and to help with whatever she can help with. And it's just wonderful to be around young people who are trying to make something out of their lives.
Well, Nancy, you know what you haven't told us? You haven't really continued bragging on was that a breakfast that you were a hostess of?
Oh, boy, that breakfast came out so beautiful.
And who was your...
Priscilla Matoya was the most dynamic speaker, one of the most dynamic speakers that we had.
Mm-hmm.
She gave the girls food for thought, and she really gave them encouragement and knowledge and wisdom that they should have, which will help them throughout life.
Okay.
And don't forget Shelley Luper Wilson, who came on with the ABC of courage, education, and determination. She was beautiful. And our guest speaker, Dr. Cole, she was something else at the luncheon, which Mrs. Rosetta.
Well, okay. What we're doing, I guess we're still on the air here. I'm having a slight problem. I don't know what to do with this, man. Cut my mic down some. Okay. Good morning. I'm glad that you're a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show this morning. I appreciate you calling. Who am I talking with? Hello?
Yes, this is Clara Luper.
Thank you, Mom, for calling. You're only 14 minutes late, but I know you had the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and I know that you've been quite busy, and you were at the Gridiron Breakfast. Am I correct?
Yes, Calvin.
Okay. Well, will you tell us? And we've been anxiously awaiting to hear your description and maybe some of the contestants and Paige's description about the activities this week.
Calvin, I just left out the Gridiron Breakfast. The young people have put on a show like no other show. The Pages imitated the contestants, and the contestants imitated the Pages. We are all crying. One contestant just left the floor and she stated that when she came here, she was afraid. She was shy. But now she leaves with a different view of life and what it's all about. Another contestant said, you know, I am an only child, and I've never had the opportunity to share like I've had here. And I said, thank you. It's an emotional experience. The staff is crying. The pages are crying as if they hate to leave each other. The contestants are saying, and Miss Black Okmulgee, OSU at Okmulgee just left the stage, and she stated that 5 years from today, she wants to call the class of 2000 back to see what they have accomplished. They are all excited. They thank the pastor of the Emmanuel Baptist Church and the people and the friendly. They thank those people that allowed them to ride in limousines and the people that spoke to them. Out of this experience, some of the young ladies have already gotten jobs. One will have to report to the Department of Agriculture on Monday. Another one to a mortgage company. People are giving scholarships, and 2 young ladies, young pages, stood up and said, I've been here. I see what's going on. And I'm going in my savings and give a $25 scholarship and a $20 scholarship. Mr. Harris has arrived from New York City with $1,000. Even Nigel Ware was stopped in Washington, D.C. because of a problem they had there. But she has sent $1,000. I could go on down the line. And I stated this last night to the hundreds of people that attended the judges' dinner, that I would be ashamed if I were a successful person and I was not willing to share what I had with others. We are here on Martin Luther King and Reno. Those of you that would like to buy tickets, come on down. We have the most beautiful souvenir book that you've ever seen, printed by one of our own, Maurice Scott, a unique printing company. We have T-shirts and buttons. The time is over now for talk. We must put words into action. A judge has flown in here from Houston. One is here from Dallas. One is here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The people are coming in. Last night at the Gridiron dinner, there was a whole delegation of people from Tulsa, including a 95-year-old man. It's exciting. It's different. The whole thing this week has been crossing the bridge to success. I want to thank all of you that have supported us. And even though tears are running down my face now, because I'm overcome, when people come to you and say thank you, when people walk up to you and say, Miss Luper, I didn't have anybody before I came here. I didn't have anybody but my own parents, but now I feel so good about myself. Calvin, it's an emotional experience. And I would like all of you to come down because our show will start tonight at 7:30 p.m. It will be at the Central Plaza Hotel. And I've got to go now.
You've got to go now. But, Mom, before you go...
This is Clara Luper saying, thanks, Calvin. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mom. Well, that is... I'm visualizing and I'm getting a sense of the feel for the emotionalism that goes on during that gridiron breakfast. As Mom so eloquently explained, this is the opportunity because after the breakfast, the final preparations are being made for the pageantry, for the pageant tonight. But this has been a week where you've met new people, you've got roommates, and you've been with them 24/6. And during those 24 hours of the day, you've had an opportunity to see and to go through many different changes. I think on Tuesday when Dr. Phillips spoke, and Dr. Phillips is one of the dentists here in Oklahoma City, president of the Metaphor Society. But when he spoke at the, of course, the Calvin Luper dinner, That's when we call it Tough Tuesday. That's the nickname that I've given Tuesday, because that's sort of the midway point of the pageant. And but Dr. Phillips left us with the drive and with the strength that we would need to focus not only on just one thing, but to prepare ourselves to be ready to go into different fields of endeavor and to be success. That's what the pageant is all about, young ladies and gentlemen. The pageant is not only about the scholarships. The pageant is not only about looking pretty and dressing sharply, but it's about making new friends, and these have been lifelong friends. My special thanks at this time has to go out to the members of the Miss Black Oklahoma staff who have worked hard all year in preparation for this event. I invite you that are out there wondering what to do tonight or haven't quite finished all your plans, come by, encourage these young ladies. The tickets are available at Reno and Martin Luther King at the Central Plaza Hotel. There are some seats available. Hopefully they are, but you will get there in time enough to be a part of it. I'd really like to thank the advertisers, and there's so many here in this book that I couldn't read them all at this time, but I have to point out that Mrs. Hunter, who's the state judge coordinator, the judges are here, the tabulating judges are preparing themselves, they're ready. The contestants, after this emotional gridiron breakfast, they will be ready. The pages will be there. And parents, thank you so much for the fantastic job that you've done with these young people. Teachers, there are teachers in these various schools throughout the state. We can tell, even though we haven't been in the classroom with them, that you are doing a good job. Even though the pay may not be what you want, we can tell that you have done a fantastic job in helping these young people to be prepared to live in today's modernistic society. This has been a week that, along with the pageantry, we've suffered a lot. We've lost two members of our staff, the Miss Black Oklahoma staff, that would have loved to have been here in preparation for tonight. I'm going to, just in a way, say thanks to Oscar Bills, to his mother, to his sisters, to his daughter, his grandkids. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given us in allowing Oscar to work with the Miss Black Oklahoma pageantry. It was this time about 3 years ago when we originated the group, Oscar, Burley, and myself, called the We Can't Singers, and Ellis Hildred, and Oscar was right there for step one. Oh, yeah. But we miss you, brother. We appreciate what you've done and what you're going to do with the seeds that you have planted to help us all be better people. There was also a young lady there who's a former Miss Oklahoma, and that's Carol Ann Northcutt. Last year this time, Carol was at the hotel. She was preparing herself for the pageant. But this year, she'll only be with us in spirit. But Carol and Carol's family and her sons, hey, we love you. We appreciate it. You've taught us something. The seeds that you planted last year will be producing this year. But we have a call on line one. Good morning. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show. This is Calvin. How are you doing? How are you doing this morning? Okay. You're not going to tell me how you're doing. So I ask again, what's going on? Oh, okay. So I guess we better move on and go a little further. I have to take this opportunity to point out, too, that along with Dr. Phillips, I know that I had the best dinner doing there. Since I have the air, since I have the mic here, right. I might as well tell it like it is. Yeah, like it is. Because we broke it down. We prepared the young ladies for the rest of the week. We brought them up to date as to what had happened. But I had some good friends that helped me a lot, and one of them I can see right now because he came in. That's none other than my good friend, my evangelist, my minister, a young man is doing something to help the young people. Reverend Burris. Reverend Burris, I know you aren't really ready for it, but we're talking about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and I was hoping that you could say something, kind of give us a brief description, a brief feeling of how you felt being at the pageant and being there doing the Calvin Luper dinner, but how you felt after seeing the young ladies, the pages, and the contestants and that.
Well, Brother Calvin, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to be able to be a part of this wonderful program. I was very much impressed, motivated, and stimulated by the young ladies and ladies that was there. What most impressive to me was the character the way that these young people behave themselves. The youngest one there was 2 years old.
That's right.
Amen. And she act like she was 15 or 16 years old. These young people are well disciplined. You wouldn't believe that these many young people from the age of 2 years old up were so energetic. These young people, and I want to say to you, your mother, and that whole organization, you're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And I want to motivate the public to get involved with Sister Clara Luper and these young people. Because
you have to see it, don't you?
You have to see it to
well,
believe
when you
it.
see it, you become you know it's right.
That's right. You become
because
a part
right.
of it because it's so motivating. God bless you, Calvin,
Okay.
and Sister Luper, y'all keep up the good work.
All right. I want to publicly thank you for coming there and for the words that you get. You know, I had the best program overall, you know, of course, because you know what we brought out to those young people? We pointed out to them what happens when they end up in, you know, what part of your ministry is there in the jail.
That's right.
And you brought it home to them.
That's right.
You know, Dr. Phillips, his influence has been in education.
That's right.
He brought it home to them.
That's right.
So we showed them the choices that other people have made.
Exactly.
And we gave them an opportunity.
Another thing that see, everybody's not doing the same thing, but we all should be doing the same thing to reach our youth.
This is our home.
That's right. So you working with the children outside the prison. I'm working with the one that inside the prison.
That's right.
So what we're all doing is trying to reach our youth. And God bless you. You're doing a wonderful job. And y'all continue to pray for Reverend Burson. I got the tough one.
You got the tough one. But you know what? You're invited next year.
All right.
To be a part of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Okay. We kind of fumbled around and we told you a little bit, but the main objective that we want you to know, want you to be a part of, is the pageant. This is a pageant that people have worked hard for. The contestants have worked hard, as they pointed out. Our youngest Paige, well, she'll be 3 tomorrow, but you have to come see her production. Tomorrow's her birthday. We celebrated the birthday of Ken, the young man that's been over the catering at the hotel.
Yeah.
We also, it's one of the contestants, Miss Helen, who's representing, I believe it's Dale City, but she's from the Oklahoma County. She celebrates her birthday this week, and of course, the Weekend Singers put on a performance that will forever be etched in the memories of the contestants, the staff, and the participants in the pageant.
That's right.
Berlin, you here? We're running close on time. And parting words you'd like to say before we introduce the Weekend Singers?
No, well, this has just been a real inspiring week, and I enjoyed the contestants. I enjoyed the whole pageant. And I've grown some in this pageant because with all of the ups and downs that you have to deal with, that, you know, it's part of life. And I know I'm there for example for the young men and for everyone there. Not only young men, for the women too, but
all right.
It's been a real inspiring week.
Hey, all of you that have ads in the pageant book, thank you so much. But I want to send a special thanks out though to my dear mom. Mom, it's hard to believe that we've gotten it all together. That you've gotten it all together. If it wasn't for your drive, your leadership, your dedication, your motivation that you give to the young people, and that you continually give to those of us who are adults, thank you for working and putting together a beautiful pageant.
That's right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Black Oklahoma. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That dog will continue to hunt. That dog will continue to hunt. Hey, we'll see you tonight at the Central Plaza Hotel, Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. You're invited. Be there.
And we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your #1 gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.